athletes who represented Ogun State at the 2024 National Sport Festival, at the 2025 National Youth Games, has accused the state of neglect and non-payment of allowances and bonuses promised to them, raising concern over welfare and accountability. The complaint ranged from unpaid camp allowance and, of course, performance allowances to medal award bonuses, with several athletes and coaches saying they are yet to receive any payment months after the two competitions. A senior state official who spoke on condition of anonymity described the condition as at the youth games in Asaba as a deplorable condition. African Games gold medalist Dorcas Adesokan has criticized the Ogun State government for failing to pay promised cash reward to athletes months after the National Sport Festival. Governor Dapo Abiodun had pledged a sum of 2.5 million naira and 1.5 million naira and 1 million naira to gold, silver, and bronze medalists, respectively. But athletes say none of the 411 million naira in total has been paid to them. Team captain Iseo Ogunkole confirmed the delay, saying it has dampened morale. A similar complaint came from National Youth Games athletes who they say received no allowances or awards. The ongoing neglect is blamed for Ogun State recent poor showing at the Asaba Games, where they finished 12th, their worst performance ever in the history of the competition. So this one recurrent issue of promises and fail, Kingsley, we thought we've talked a whole lot about this. And Ogun State on the spotlight this time around, after hosting the National Sport Festival a few months ago, we thought maybe all was rosy. Not until now, we are beginning to receive this negative news. This is the kind of news that when it happens, it brings a whole lot of questions on how sport is being run right here in the country. This is not a good image for Ogun State and their athletes.
Yeah, not a good image at all. When you take a look at it, they were the hosts of the last edition of the National Sports Festival. They promised their athletes a lot, to go in there and be able, of course, to put up a high level of, impressive, performance. And with that, the athletes with the level of motivation were able to go in there and were able to do their best, at the end of the day. And now it's been about, I think, over 6 months now after that National Sport Festival. They are not being paid. All right, it is very, very embarrassing. You promised them huge amounts of money. I heard, taking a look at it in total, their money, actually, amounted about 411 million naira. All right, so why don't you see how to pay them their allowances at this point, to see, to actually motivate them for the good job, of course, they did. We understand, even though they did not really, maybe take a look at it, they did not probably meet the expectation or whatever. But I know, of course, some of the athletes, actually put up some high level of performance. I think it's not a very good one, at all. This is what, of course, we're clamoring for, to change, when it has to do with sports in the country. Not when you come out and you make promises, and at the end of the day, you find it difficult, of course, to fulfill. It doesn't help the athletes at all. Their welfare, it doesn't help their welfare. It actually doesn't even help their morale. It discourages, so many of them. They will say, oh, if this is how it's done, what am I doing here? Let me go and look for something else, of course, to do. Because at the end of the day, what you're being promised or what you deserve, will not be given to you. So for me, I think it's not a good one. After, hosting the competition, and now they're finding it difficult. The athletes are coming out to cry. It is not a good one at all. I think the government of Ogun State should look into it. I don't know what could be the problem. Sometimes maybe the government might have disbursed the money. Some officials who are there probably might try to see how maybe to hold this money and all of that. So I think for me, it's not a good one at all. They should pay the athletes. It's not good. And if it happen like this, you ask yourself, how do we grow? You know, how do sport grow? Whenever, because in a situation whereby you finish competing in a particular competition as an athlete, what you deserve is not given to you. So it's really a huge setback. It's really a disappointing one. I just hope that Ogun State government, you know, will intervene and see how, of course, to settle this athlete, because it's not a very good one. I think that also even maybe affected their performance at the National Youth Games.
True.
You know, looking at if they didn't have a good performance, if you want to take a look at it, you know, and all of that. So, for what it is, it's not a good image for the states, and as well as the state government. No, and taking a look at it, it's not a good one, looking at the fact that they were the hosts and now they are unable, you know, to pay their athletes, you know, their allowances for over 6 months now. It's not a good one at all.
Not a good one at all, and not a good image for the Ogun State government at a point where we thought maybe, yes, that Governor Dapo Abiodun was doing a lot in terms of sport development in Ogun State after they hosted one of the most talked about national sports festival. And now there is a very, you know, big problem, because the athletes that took part in that competition, they've now come out to cry, saying that those promised financial rewards are yet to get to them months after the game has come to an end. And it doesn't paint a good image for Ogun State. As a state, it doesn't also encourage the sportsmen and women, of course, donning on the color of Ogun State. And this will go a whole long way in demoralizing the sportsmen and women, because when next they're about to go for any competition to represent the state, I do not think that they are going to give 100% you know, performance, considering the fact that you know, the last promised money wasn't given to them. So it doesn't really encourage them. But we hope that the governor is going to swing into action and see how to remedy the already damaged reputation and the image of the state government.